Yeah, I just took a look at the 2023 Gallup Workplace Poll. It is showing lots of dismal statistics. Says less than a third of the people are thriving at their job. Half or even over half are quiet quitting. It seems like it's miserable out there on the workplace. So what are you doing about it?
Welcome to the Licensed to Live show, where professionals, doctors, champions, VIPs, attorneys, and those in public office discover strategies that help you restart and gain what is lost when you find yourself accused. If another has doubted your integrity, questioned your credentials, or caused your actions to come under scrutiny, you are in the right place. On the other hand, if you have never felt the knot in the pit of your stomach when legal papers are served, the heartbreak of disappointing your family when the lock clicks shut on handcuffs, or had to appear before a board of review, then be aware, the longer you serve, the more likely you are to find yourself under the microscope of those who judge. Prepare yourself for this uncomfortable possibility. Now, here's your host, Dr. Jarrett Patton.
Welcome to episode 164 of Licensed to Live. My name is Dr. Jarrett Patton, and I am your host for our journey together today and every day you choose to listen to this show. If you or anyone you know has been dissed in their career, disengaged, dissatisfied, you know where to send them. Simply go to your favorite podcast player and hit subscribe. And while you're there, rate this episode and give me honest feedback so I make sure I'm giving you exactly what you need to know about career challenges and life changes. Today, we're going to be talking about this latest Gallup poll on the workplace. They are showing dismal statistics in almost every category, meaning that the majority of people are simply not satisfied with their current work situation. So I know all of you fire starters out there, some of you guys are in that exact position. And so this episode, we're going to go over this poll where some of the highlights of things that are really going wrong, a few things that are going right, and ways in which you can make your current job a better one in case you need to look for a new one. And we'll get back to that right after we finish thanking our sponsors. Hey, this is Dr. Jarrett Patton. Do you need more positivity in your life? No matter what part of your life you want to transform, positive affirmations can help you achieve your goals. But sometimes making permanent changes can be difficult. Designed with you in mind, Licensed to Live. Daily affirmations to rebuild your life will inspire and equip you to become the best version of yourself. Licensed to Live. Daily affirmations to rebuild your life will set you on the path to changing your mindset, beliefs, speech, and ultimately your actions. You can change your life now by getting your copy at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, your finer book retails, or licensedtolive.com. That's licensedtolive.com.
Hey guys, this is Janae Noonan, and I'm here with Dr. Jarrett on Licensed to Live. Hit the subscribe, follow the journey, let's go.
Something smells good. EH3 coffee. EH3 coffee. Premium organic. Nothing better than waking up. EH3 in your cup. Premium organic. EH3 coffee. Nothing better than in the middle of your day. EH3 coffee. Premium organic. EH3 coffee.
I am happy to say that EH3 Coffee is our main sponsor for License to Live, the conference 2023, once again. And hey, if you're not sitting there drinking your EH3 while you are listening to this episode, you certainly can go get one of those last few early bird tickets so we can do it all July 14th, 15th, and 16th. virtually online. You don't even have to get out of your pajamas. Looking forward to seeing you there. When I saw this latest Gallup poll, and I'll leave the link in the show notes so you can get to the entire detailed report and look at the highlights yourself, I was quite shocked. I said, well, now the pandemic is over. Things are normalizing a little bit more in our everyday lives. And ultimately, we can get back to business as usual, where people are back happy with their jobs and churning away and being productive and all of those great things. However, in this particular situation, people having to go back into the workplace is one of the main reasons there is so much dissing in the health place. Now, when I say diss, I mean dissatisfaction right now, but you guys know what I mean. So there is so much going wrong with so many workplaces out there that people are looking for new jobs. They're looking for new jobs time and time again. So let me tell you exactly what they found in this survey. Well, as a start, just about 60% of people are quiet quitting. Can you believe that? Quiet quitting. So people who are out there in the workforce right now, so by these statistics, 60% of you fire starters right now listening to this show are quiet quitting. And we had a whole episode on quiet quitting, and I'll put that in the show notes if you guys happen to miss that one. But essentially, when you're quiet quitting, you're just kind of barely doing your day-to-day job. You're getting it done. You're not setting off bells and whistles and operating at the top of your efficiency level, but you're getting it down. You're kicking it down the road until you can find another place to work. And so they're showing that about 60% of the people are in there. Not only are we talking about quiet quitting, but one of the main reasons that are getting people to look for other jobs is that people are stressed out. Now, we're talking beyond burnout here. We are talking about employee stress specifically. And they say that about 44% of employees worldwide said they experienced a lot of stress the previous day. In fact, the question on the survey around stress is this specifically. It says, did you experience the following feelings during a lot of the day yesterday? How about stress? So we are talking about very short-term memory, people having stressful days the day before. So chances are if you had a stressful day the day before, you had a stressful day the day before that, and a stressful day the day before that, the day before that, the day before that, the day before that. And honestly, people are tired of being stressed out. So that shouldn't surprise anybody. There are other people, about 50% of the people that are actively looking, or at least passively looking for a job. So that if somebody shows up, say a recruiter comes into your LinkedIn inbox and says, hey, I have a job. I think you'd be perfect. You have all these great qualifications that you'd be perfect in it. And then people bite. They take a look at that. And I see this happen often, as it even happens often to me. And if it's something interesting, I may even bite on some of these job opportunities that are out there. So that's kind of the passive piece. And obviously the active piece means you're actively really looking because you know you're going to change your job. So it goes on to just say that there's a number of people that we're seeing increases numbers of people who are quitting loudly, meaning that they're just saying, hey, to heck with this. I'm getting out of here. You guys are on your own. Again, all of these changes are coming from the requirement for so many people to get back into the office, get back into the job, get back into the normal way of life. And let's face it, when people were working at home, the job was working a little bit better for them. They had a little more control over what they were doing, and people are losing that. Now, everything in this report wasn't bad. I mean, one of the things that they said that engagement reached a record high, so that people that like their work, that feel engaged in their work, and they don't feel disengaged or dissatisfied or any other dis that we talk about on this show, but they actually are feeling that engagement, and that's increasing, and it's particularly high in North America and a few other places around the globe. Something else that seemed like it was doing a little bit better is that, well, there seem to be more job opportunities out there, as you know, and I was reporting on news outlets and doing a lot of talking about the fact that there's a mismatch between jobs available and the unemployment numbers, and how all of those things are interrelated to each other. And some people are just taking an opportunity to take this break and get themselves into a new job situation, but slowly taking their time to make sure it's something right. And that's great. And then finally, even the quiet quitters, they found that if only someone would only ask them, they would know and be able to tell the supervisors and the management and the leadership exactly what to change so that work would be better for them. So if those of you that are in leadership positions, I know there's a number of CEOs and senior leaders that follow this show. This is the time in which you may want to conduct that survey. You may want to get feedback from people, because if they are doing their day-to-day job, they know the things that would make it better for themselves. And it would also very much likely make it better for the overall company. Because if you have happy workers, they're going to put forth happy work, which is good work, which is exceptional work, and which is work that leads to a greater cause, because people want to feel a part of something bigger than themselves. So all of these things, although there's lots of bad things that came out in this report, there's a few good things and bright notes. But after we come back from this break, I will help give you the skills necessary and a few tips that will help get you on the road to maybe looking for the next job that will keep you much more happy. And we'll get back to that right after we finish thanking our sponsor.
The time is now to refresh your career. We help doctors, lawyers, executives, and VIPs refresh and restart. Dr. Jarrett's coaching helps you build confidence, gain more credibility, develop more leadership skills, and gain clarity in your career path. Want to climb the executive ladder or branch out on your own? We'll put your career in overdrive. Visit drjarrett.com and sign up for your free strategy session.
I've received so many comments now because I've been running the audio of this commercial for some time. So if you want to reach out, you're looking for a new job, thinking about looking for a new job and don't know where to begin, hit me up for the strategy session number 1. But I do have the actual video commercial that aired on television on a number of networks in the greater Philadelphia area. And I put it on the internet recently. So you can go to my LinkedIn page or my Instagram page and you'll see the actual commercial and see the video that goes along with that audio that you heard. Just a little piece of knowledge for you guys to go along the way. But that's not why you waited till the other side of the break. You wanted to know some things and what you can do in order to get yourself prepared for that next job or get yourself out of this current job. And the first thing you need to do is to know what you want. And a lot of times people don't give enough thought to this situation because they say, well, if I'm a doctor, I can work at this hospital. And when this one's not working out for me, again, I can go to another hospital. And yeah, that's fine. That'll keep you employed. It'll also keep you attached to those golden handcuffs we talked about 3 episodes ago. But it will get you another job. You will have temporary happiness, and then you will slide into the stressed out, overworked, unhappy theme again because you really did not take the time to know what you want. So you need to spend some time sitting down with a trusted confidant, maybe a mentor, or even getting some quiet time alone to figure out what would that ideal job really look like for you. Write it down, sketch it out, see what it's about, so that when you get to that next job interview, that job opportunity, you know exactly what you're looking for, not just a rough estimate of something administrative or a rough estimate of something clinical or even a rough estimate of something non-clinical. Know exactly what you want. Create that perfect job for yourself and then go look for it. Well, number 2 is going to be updating that CV. And with that CV or resume, you're going to want to highlight the skills that you achieve. And in fact, when we talked about some of our political counterparts out there that think that it's, just okay to lie about certain things, specifically about your resume or CV, as one particular congressperson from New York has recently done, you're not going to want to do that. You're simply going to want to highlight and emphasize the things that you're good at, the things that you were in charge of, and then do not go through and start adding stuff that is absolutely not true or even not remotely true. Because that ends up getting you in more trouble than not, as you see there are calls for this congressperson's resignation. So going right off of the updating your CV and resume, it really goes on with your LinkedIn profile, or this could be your Medscape profile, or whatever social media, kind of business social media that you spend a lot of time on, or even a little bit of time. You're going to want to get a nice professional picture on there. You're going to want to highlight and organize some of the things you've done, and not only within a certain job position somewhere, but then go to demonstrate how you've shown leadership in other things, whether it may be a certain project you've worked on, or maybe you found something else that really drove you to make a change in something for the better. Maybe it's an award you got. Any of these things help you stand out. Don't forget to put these things in your LinkedIn profile as well. And while you're on LinkedIn, you might as well hit me up, because I spend a heck of a lot of time in there in between episodes. So holler at me at Dr. Jarrett. Spell out the word doctor, J-A, 2 R's, E, 1 T. I just accepted a few of you fire starters today who are on there. So I'm glad that you continue to reach out on LinkedIn. And then finally, while you're on LinkedIn, you have a brushed up resume. This may be the time to look for a recruiter. Look for a recruiter that specializes in filling jobs for your ideal job that you created for yourself. Whatever that job may be, take the moment, find a recruiter that specializes in filling positions for that, and introduce yourself. You can introduce yourself virtually on the internet, or any other way that you feel fit. Picking up the phone, sending them a fax or a letter, any of those things to let them know what a great person you are. So give them a little, 100-word bio about yourself and the type of job that you're looking for, because part of their job responsibility is to find a job for some other company who is looking for talent. So these recruiters can actually help you bring the right job back to you. But it all starts off with knowing what you want. So don't forget to spend the most time on that first tip and understanding exactly what you want out of a job. But brush up that resume, that LinkedIn profile, and pick up the phone and call a recruiter, because all of these people can help you get out of your current situation and into a better situation. Remember, fire starters, if you or anyone you know has been dissed, disengaged, dissatisfied, disgruntled, disenfranchised with their job, please invite them to join us along this journey. Simply go to your favorite podcast player and hit subscribe to License to Live. While you're there, rate this episode, and hey, hang out with me on LinkedIn or anywhere on social media in between these episodes. If you have a question for me, we are getting up the next Ask Dr. Jarrett episode. So make sure you're sending your questions to me by social media. And until then, I will see you next time.
No matter how disheartening the moment of accusation sounds, how deep the pain of immobilization stabs, or how bleak your future looks, no one can take away your license to live. Keep Dr. Jarrett's expertise handy and unlock your future. Go to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or another podcast player and subscribe right now to Licensed to Live. See you next time.